Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Episode Recap. The Boys, Season 5, Episode 1, New World Order. Act 1, Martial Law and Total Control. Season 5 opens in absolute chaos as Homelander consolidates absolute political power over America under martial law. With Vought loyalists embedded in every major government branch, resistance appears virtually impossible. Hughie, Campbell, and Starlight operate deep underground in a covert safehouse, scrambling to coordinate scattered anti-super rebel cells, while dodging automated Vought hunter drones patrolling the skies. Meanwhile, a transformed Billy Butcher stalks the shadows, his lethally mutated soupy virus tentacles making him an unpredictable loose cannon targeting any soupy in his path. Act 2. The Rescue Heist. Hughie and Starlight launch a desperate covert raid on a high-security Vought detention facility to rescue captured allies Frenchie, and Kimiko. Using tactical deception and Starlight's boosted energy powers, they bypass perimeter defenses and breach the lower holding cells. Inside the complex, they encounter upgraded super guards enforcing Homelander's ruthless decrees. A brutal corridor fight ensues, with Kimiko breaking her restraints to turn the tide against their captors in a bloody melee. Act 3. Rooftop Confrontation. As the team reaches the extraction roof, Homelander descends from the sky, cornering Hughie and Starlight near the ledge. Before Homelander can execute them with his laser vision, Butcher ambushes the scene, unleashing his razor-sharp tentacles in a shock collision that sends shockwaves across the skyscraper. The brief explosive clash allows Hughie, Starlight, and the rescued crew to board an armored getaway transport, leaving Homelander infuriated amidst the crumbling rooftop debris. Act 4. The final war begins. Reunited in a hidden bunker, the boys regroup to plan their ultimate endgame against Vought and Homelander. With the soup-killing virus in Butcher's possession and Homelander's regime tightening its grip, the stage is set for an all-out apocalyptic war for humanity's survival. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Subscribe, thank goodness for you. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Episode Recap. The Boys, Season 5, Episode 2, Enemy of the State. Act 1, Hunted in the Ruins. Following their narrow escape from the rooftop, Hughie, Starlight, and the regrouped resistance find themselves declared public enemies number 1. Homelander issues an immediate national hunt, deploying Vought hit squads and corrupted super operatives across every state. Hidden in a fortified underground facility, the team struggles to balance survival with their mounting tactical divisions. Meanwhile, Billy Butcher's condition grows increasingly unpredictable as the dark super-killing Parasite takes greater control of his body, turning him into a volatile force of nature. Act 2. The Infiltration. To dismantle Vaught's tracking grid, Hughie and Kimiko infiltrate a high-tech broadcasting hub on the outskirts of the city. While Kimiko neutralizes heavy security forces in close-quarters combat, Hughie taps into the mainframe to upload a localized signal jammer. However, the trap closes in as Firecracker and a squad of elite Vought enforcers storm the facility, cutting off their primary escape route and forcing an immediate tactical retreat into the building's lower levels. Act 3. Subterranean Clash. Cornered in the generator corridors, Starlight arrives just in time, channeling massive high-voltage electricity to blind the incoming strike team. A brutal, high-stakes battle erupts as Kimiko engages Vaught's enforcers in a visceral melee. Before Firecracker can unleash her lethal weaponry, Butcher breaches the rear wall. His dark, weaponized tentacles strike with lethal precision, tearing through enemy lines and dismantling Vaught's assault unit, allowing the team to secure the jammer and vanish into the sewers. Act 4. The Fractured Front. With Vaught's primary tracking hub temporarily paralyzed, the boys secure a vital victory, but the toll is heavy. Butcher's erratic behavior and deadly methods leave Hughie and Starlight deeply alarmed about their uneasy alliance. Back at Vought Tower, a furious Homelander executes his failing commander, vowing to burn down any sanctuary hiding the rebels as the apocalyptic final war escalates. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Subscribe, thank goodness for you. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Episode Recap, The Boys, Season 5, Episode 3, Point of No Return. Act 1, The Bioweapon Plan. Following the destruction of Vought's tracking grid, the boys shift their focus toward a desperate offensive strategy. Hidden in a fortified underground facility, Hughie and Starlight push to synthesize a localized strain of the soupy-killing virus to target Homelander directly. However, internal conflict flares as Billy Butcher's mutated parasite continues to hijack his body, pushing him toward an uncompromising all-or-nothing assault that threatens to wipe out all soups indiscriminately. Act 2. Deep Infiltration. To secure the missing chemical catalyst for the virus, Hughie, MM, and Kimiko infiltrate a high-security Vought biolaboratory embedded deep within a heavily guarded military base. While MM monitors security feeds from an armored vehicle, Hughie and Kimiko bypass laser grids to reach the cold storage containment floor. Tension spikes when a squad of genetically augmented Vought enforcers traps the team inside the lab, initiating an immediate lockdown of the facility. Act 3. Laboratory Ambush. A brutal close-quarters firefight erupts across the sterile laboratory corridors. Kimiko engages the elite guards in visceral physical combat, shielding Hughie while he extracts the chemical canister from the vault. Just as Vought reinforcements overpower the exit doors, Butcher breaches the floor from above. His dark, weaponized tentacles lash out with terrifying force, tearing through the enemy squad and shattering the containment glass, allowing the boys to escape with the bioweapon components. Act 4, Point of No Return. Reassembling at their covert base, the team secures the critical virus catalyst, but the moral divide reaches a breaking point as Butcher's dark vision for absolute extinction becomes painfully clear. Meanwhile, at Vought Tower, a paranoid Homelander discovers the security breach and mobilizes his elite loyalist guards for a direct military strike on suspected rebel hideouts across the country. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Subscribe, thank goodness for you. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Episode Recap, The Boys, Season 5, Episode 4, The Siege of Vought. Act 1, Mobilization and Lockdowns. Tensions boil over in DC as Homelander initiates an all-out military lockdown, hunting down remaining resistance pockets with upgraded soupy squads. Hidden in their subterranean bunker, the boys complete the synthesis of the biochemical virus. With time running out before Vaught's forces pinpoint their coordinates, Hughie, Starlight, and MM devise a high-stakes infiltration to deliver the localized virus directly into Vought Tower's central ventilation grid. Act 2, The Tower Infiltration. Under cover of a heavy thunderstorm, the team breaches Vought Tower's lower utility levels. Starlight channels external electrical currents to disable perimeter sensors, while Kimiko clears heavy security patrols in silent, close-quarters combat. However, internal friction reaches a critical peak as Billy Butcher, fully overtaken by his lethal parasite, strays from the original delivery plan to hunt down Homelander personally, forcing Hughie and MM to secure the ventilation hub alone. Act 3, Penthouse Collision. Hughie reaches the central airflow controls, deploying the viral canister into the main line. Simultaneously, Butcher crashes through the penthouse windows, confronting Homelander in a violent clash of raw power and mutated tendrils. The explosion of power shatters the executive floor. As the weaponized virus disperses through the upper levels, Homelander suffers his first physical reaction, vomiting blood before blasting Butcher back through the shattered glass, forcing both factions into an emergency tactical retreat. Act 4, The Fractured Line. With Vought Tower in total evacuation mode, the boys escape into the stormy night. Though they have finally proven Homelander is vulnerable, the cost is catastrophic. Butcher's mind is completely consumed by the parasite, setting the stage for an uncontrollable three-way final showdown. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Subscribe, thank goodness for you. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Episode Recap, The Boys, Season 5, Episode 5, Scorched Earth, Act 1, Total War Escalation. Following the viral attack on Vought Tower, Homelander unleashes a ruthless Scorched Earth campaign across the nation. Declaring total military authority, he dispatches elite Supi strike units to systematically eliminate any suspected resistance strongholds. Hidden in an emergency underground bunker, Hughie, Starlight, and struggle to maintain operational security as Vought's hunter drones blanket the skies. Meanwhile, Billy Butcher's condition reaches a terrifying critical mass, with his lethal Supi-killing Parasite asserting full control over his mind and body. Act 2. The Subterranean Siege. Vought tactical forces pinpoint the boys' subterranean sanctuary, initiating an all-out heavy assault. While Starlight channels subterranean electrical currents to overload perimeter defenses, Kimiko engages incoming armored guards in violent close-quarters combat to buy crucial extraction time. As the bunker breaches and collapse becomes imminent, Hughie secures the remaining viral compounds, while coordinates a chaotic emergency getaway through abandoned metro tunnels beneath the city. Act 3, Tunnel Collision. Cornered in a narrow subway terminal by elite Vought enforcers, the team faces overwhelming firepower. Just as their defenses buckle, Butcher breaches the terminal from the darkness. Driven by pure parasitic instinct, Butcher unleashes his mutated tendrils in a violent, bloody rampage, shredding enemy forces and destroying the terminal infrastructure. His erratic attacks force both Vought enforcers and the boys into a desperate scramble to survive the falling debris. Act 4, The Edge of Extinction. Escaping into the outer wasteland, the boys realize their safe houses are gone, and their alliance with Butcher is completely shattered. With Homelander's regime tightening its grip and Butcher operating as a rogue weapon of mass destruction, the final war reaches a catastrophic point of no return. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Subscribe, thank goodness for you. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Episode Recap, The Boys, Season 5, Episode 6, The Point of Impact. Act 1, Fractured Alliances. Following the destruction of their subterranean hideouts, the boys operate from a mobile command unit inside an abandoned industrial rail yard. With Homelander's total martial law paralyzing major cities, Hughie and Starlight race against time to synthesize a targeted counter-viral delivery system before Vought's elite strike teams lock down their sector. Meanwhile, Billy Butcher's mental stability deteriorates completely as his mutated parasite takes absolute command, driving him to hunt down both Supes and Vought loyalists without mercy. Act 2, The Rail Yard Infiltration. Vought surveillance drones spot the rail yard facility, prompting an immediate tactical airborne deployment led by upgraded Supi enforcers. As heavy fire tears through the freight train cars, Kimiko moves through narrow cargo gaps, neutralizing advancing guards in brutal melee combat to cover Hughie and Starlight channels high-voltage current from the rail yard's main power grid, blasting an EMP wave that disables enemy targeting systems and knocks down heavy Vought assault units. Act 3, Subterranean Clash and Chaos. As the perimeter collapses, Butcher breaches the central train bay from above, his lethal weaponized tentacles striking with terrifying force. In a chaotic three-way struggle, Butcher's tendrils shred through Vought enforcers while forcing Hughie and Starlight into a desperate defensive retreat to protect their viral containment case. During the battle, Hughie manages to secure the finalized viral syringe, executing a narrow tactical retreat with Starlight through an underground maintenance tunnel just as the entire rail yard bay detonates. Act 4, The Final Collision Course. Regrouping at a remote extraction point, Hughie and Starlight hold the single weapon capable of ending Homelander's reign. However, with Butcher transformed into an unstoppable rogue nightmare, The stage is set for an apocalyptic final clash for humanity's survival. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Subscribe, thank goodness for you. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Episode Recap, The Boys, Season 5, Episode 7, The Eve of Destruction. Act 1, the countdown begins. On the eve of the final showdown, Homelander consolidates absolute control over the nation's military defenses, fortifying Vought Tower into an unassailable fortress. Inside their mobile command unit, Hughie Campbell and Starlight complete the final prep on their targeted viral delivery system, knowing this is their last window to strike before Homelander initiates a nationwide purge. Meanwhile, Billy Butcher's mutated parasite reaches peak dominance, driving him to march directly toward Vought Tower on a ruthless one-man extermination crusade. Act 2, Fortress Breach. Hughie, Starlight, and Kimiko initiate a covert breach through Vought Tower's subterranean cooling tunnels. Starlight channels massive local grid power to disable security fields, while Kimiko dismantles heavily armed super patrols in brutal close-quarters combat to clear the path. As the team reaches the lower elevator shafts, Butcher violently forces his way into the lobby above, unleashing his mutated tendrils against waves of Vought guards and causing catastrophic structural damage throughout the lower floors. Act 3, the penultimate clash. Chaos erupts on the executive levels as Butcher's tendrils clash directly against Homelander in a devastating display of raw power. The impact shatters the top floors, scattering debris across the city center. Using the distraction, Hughie breaches the central ventilation deck, priming the weaponized virus syringe. Homelander overpowers Butcher, throwing him through the shattered glass outer wall, before turning his glowing red gaze toward Hughie at the ventilation console. Act 4, Standing at the Edge. Cornered on the edge of the ruined penthouse, Hughie holds the armed viral detonator, facing Homelander face to face. With Butcher falling into the abyss below and Vought Tower crumbling around them, the stage is set for the ultimate final battle. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Subscribe, thank goodness for you. Welcome to my channel Movies and TV Show Recap. Episode Recap, The Boys, Season 5, Episode 8, The Final Reckoning. Act 1, The War for Washington. The series finale erupts in full-scale apocalyptic battle across the ruins of Washington, D.C. With Vought Tower collapsing and Homelander's regime pushed to absolute desperation, Hughie Campbell, Starlight, and Kimiko launch their final offensive to breach the executive complex before Homelander triggers a mass orbital retaliation strike. Meanwhile, Billy Butcher, fully overtaken by his mutated super-killing parasite, arrives at the city center as an unstoppable force of nature, intent on wiping out all supes regardless of the collateral damage. Act 2, The Three-Way Cataclysm. Hughie and Starlight fight their way through crumbling corridors, using blinding electrical bursts and heavy tactical fire to push past remaining super enforcers. As they breach the shattered top floor, Butcher and Homelander collide in a brutal, earth-shattering duel. Butcher's lethal tendrils clash against Homelander's scorching laser beams, tearing through structural pillars and sending shockwaves across the burning city skyline. Act 3, The Lethal Injection. With Homelander temporarily pinned by Butcher's dark tendrils, Hughie sees his only window. Running through collapsing floorboards under fire, Hughie lunges forward and drives the weaponized biochemical syringe directly into Homelander's neck. The virus takes effect instantly, breaking Homelander's invulnerability. As Homelander weakens, Butcher delivers a final catastrophic strike, severing the tyrant's power once and for all before the parasite's strain causes Butcher to collapse beside his lifelong enemy. Act 4, Dawn of a New Era. With Homelander defeated and Vaught's empire crumbled, the remaining boys extract from the burning ruins. As dawn breaks over DC, Hughie, Starlight, and Kimiko stand among the rubble, reflecting on the heavy price paid for freedom and stepping into a world finally free from the soupy terror. Welcome to my channel, Movies and TV Show Recap. Subscribe. Thank goodness for you.